Good morning from the office. From FetchYourNews.com, this is BKP. Good morning from the office. At the bottom of your screen is Chief at FetchYourNews.com. If you want to send us something, get it to Chief at FetchYourNews.com. Follow us on Twitter at FetchYourNews, hashtag GoodMorningFYN. So again, we say good morning from the office. We have a lot to do. It's Casual Friday. Yes, if you can't see it at home on your computer, or if you're listening, I'm wearing a New England's Patriots sweatshirt. It's my comfort sweatshirt. I will be wearing it Sunday as Tom Brady and Bill Belichick lead the New England Patriots to win the Super Bowl. So I just got most of y'all worked up. Now you're going to want to stay for this entire show. The state of Georgia is doing some things down there under the Gold Dome, your representatives, that we have to talk about and we have to bring to your attention, and then it's up to you to make the decision. So you want to stay for the entire show. We got a lot going on. It's 7 o'clock, and if you're just getting up and getting your day started and you did not get that good night's sleep you wanted, our friends over at Mattress Overstock next to Wal-Mart and LJ would like for you to come over there, and they can help you with that. Go see Gary, Richard, or Rhonda, the mattress lady, for the best mattress at the best price. They truly want to help you sleep better. So there's no time like now at 7:01 in the morning. If you're just getting out and starting your day and you didn't get that perfect night's sleep, hey, maybe this weekend it's time to head over to Mattress Overstock next to Wal-Mart and LJ. They want to help you with that. We got a lot to do. We went on our Facebook page. We want to tell you about that now. We've gone on our Facebook page. We've asked you a lot of questions. So let me run down a couple things. We want to know on our Facebook page this morning, who is the greatest NFL team of all times? Okay, of all time. Okay, now I'm gonna give you my answer now, so that way you can start arguing with me or tell me why I'm wrong, and tell me the greatest NFL team of all time. Big words, 72 Dolphins. The no-name defense, 72 Dolphins. That's the greatest NFL team of all time. Undefeated, Super Bowl champ, 72 Dolphins. That's for me. So go on there and start arguing with me. Find us on Facebook, our Facebook page. You'll see the questions. At the top, they say GMFTO, good morning from the office. The other question I threw up there is, it's Super Bowl weekend. We're going to talk about football today. It's Super Bowl weekend. I'm going to tell you why I have picked the Patriots. What is your favorite Super Bowl comfort food? Now this weekend, millions and millions of dollars are going to be spent on chips, salsa, dips. Everybody has their specialty. Everybody says this is the best Super Bowl food. You make chili. Tell us at FetchYourNews.com. Good morning from the office. Go on our Facebook page. Share with us your favorite Super Bowl dish. Mine, I told you earlier in the week, I'll tell you a little bit more about it today, is I will be making what I call dirty cheese. Yes, dirty cheese. Love that. My wife says every year, she says, will you be making dirty cheese again? Seriously, you asked me that? Okay, and the big one this morning, and you're already coming in, I'm going to read a couple of these. Then we're going to run through quickly our local news. We're going to spend a little more time on the state this morning. I've told you throughout the week, we thank you. It's Friday. This is becoming a great success, but we know it's because of you, our viewers and our listeners. So we thank you for that. This is a full Monday through Friday week that we've gotten through. So much stuff is coming in. You're participating. Chief at FetchYourNews.com. And don't forget, I would like to have somebody help me produce the show between 6 to 8 Monday through Friday. So if that's something you might be interested in, also Chief at FetchYourNews.com. Got a lot of local news. We asked you, do you support a new gas tax to pay for repairs of Georgia roads and bridges? So we asked you, your answers are already flying in, and I'm getting overwhelmingly, no, absolutely not. You guys are also, putting some stuff on. I don't want to say over the air, but overwhelmingly you're saying no. But we've got a couple comments that there's the feel that we have to do something. Now that's what is being said to us from our elected officials, our state representatives, everybody you talk to, our local state senator, we have to do something. So what if we have to do something? How do we get the money? They're telling us that, you know, we have bridges that are 100 years old that are in dire need of repair. We keep hearing we have to do something, and the time is now. So we're going to talk about that. We're just going to have a whole segment on this transportation tax, if it's going to be a new tax, and what's going on with that. So we're going to run over some local news. We're going to have a couple segments, and I'll tell you why. We're going to start with a feel-good story, and we are so excited to report this morning, and obviously it's been reported, and I think it's been reported nationally, all over the state, all over local press, local media. James Phillips is probably now the most famous Walmart greeter in the country. James Phillips is the most famous. Wednesday night, sometime late, we seen on Facebook, FetcherNews.com, we seen on Facebook a post from Mr. Phillips' daughter saying that Walmart, and we want you to know, the manager of Walmart in Blue Ridge, this happened in Blue Ridge, their super center store in Blue Ridge, Georgia. The manager up there, you know, there's no need to say anything ugly to that manager. And I'm going to tell you why I think that manager did that. And it's something that this story should help us draw attention to what's really going on out there and what we need to pay attention to. James Phillips, the feel-good story of the day. He in interviews, he told reporters, he said he did not have a high school degree. He's an older gentleman, and a lot of places wouldn't even take an application. He was on hard times. He went to his church, and they prayed about him getting a job, and he got that job. He's excited to welcome you to Walmart. I mean, I tell you, Walmart ought to see if they could clone this guy and put him in every store in the United States. But anyhow, he feels so blessed that he got that job. He wants to tell everybody coming and going through the door of the Blue Ridge Supercenter, have a blessed day. One complaint to the manager. Manager went to him and said, you don't need to say that anymore. It could be a problem. Now, I'm not quoting the manager, really not, but he was told he needed to stop saying that if it offended anybody. Now, we're living in a country where we're worried about if we offend anybody, because, you know, God knows if you listen to this show or watch this show for the hour that we broadcast it, somebody's walking away offended. But we live constantly concerned, political correctness, if we're going to offend somebody. Now, should you go out there and just intentionally try to? Absolutely not. Don't go out there and try to offend somebody. But this one person said it offended them, so they told James, don't do it anymore. I want to personally, we went on yesterday morning at 6:09. At 6:09 yesterday morning, we asked our viewers and our listeners here at Good Morning from the Office and our Facebook friends, we asked you at 6:09 yesterday morning, and all we said was, you know, do you think, would you be offended? Would you be offended if a Walmart greeter told you to have a blessed day as you left the store? That's all we wrote. We have never in our history had as many comments on one question. Never. Everybody was absolutely not. I love it. It makes me feel good. Overwhelming. There was a lot of people in Blue Ridge. I want to give a shout out and thank each and every citizen. I've seen the signs. I've seen the children. I've seen you made thousands of calls to TV stations. You made thousands of calls to media. This thing blew up on the internet, social media. And James was told yesterday that when you go into Walmart or Blue Ridge, James Phillips can tell you, have a blessed day. Okay? Now, this needs to be also an opportunity. the local community, it's great to live in North Georgia. It really is. It's great to live in North Georgia. But look at what happened with the local community just over this issue. Religious liberties, freedom of religion, this Have a Blessed Day brought you out. I'm telling you, if you stop and think and you put this to the terrorist acts, the extreme Muslims that want to kill you, the extremists all over the world, the radical extreme Muslims, that's all there is to it. And our State Department going around apologizing. I don't dislike people. If you're a Muslim out there this morning and you're peaceful, you're my friend. Extreme people against freedom of religion. So I knew what was going to happen. I was going to get off on that. But we need to talk about, hey, James Phillips, thank you very much. Thank you. I want to thank you personally, James Phillips, for saying have a blessed day at Walmart and going home and telling your family. I want to give a shout out to your daughter. I forget your name, I apologize, and your family and everybody that supported you, but your daughter that had the nerve and courage. You had the courage to go on there and say, my daddy has been told he can't say that. So we want to thank you. And again, congratulations to you out there, the viewers, supporters, and the listeners, and the ones that got involved yesterday that made this possible, that James could tell you have a blessed day. We're going to run through some local news. If you're down in Pickens County today and you're in Jasper and you're thinking about lunch, the Woodbridge Inn has a blue plate special, and that would be Friday, would be fried fish. So don't hesitate to stop in the Woodbridge Inn for lunch. Today in Jasper, fried fish. We've got a couple things, and we're just going to run through these one at a time, and we're going to get straight in, and I promise, right into the transportation bill. That's very important. In Fannin County, we've told you about the McKaysville water plant, conserving water. We'll talk about that next week. In Fannin County also, the Rebels will be at home tonight, and the Lady Rebels will be at home. Game time at 7. You'll be hosting East Hall, so go out and support them. I don't know if it's senior night. I couldn't see it on the schedule, but the Rebels will be at home Friday night against East Hall. Game time 7. Tomorrow, the Rebels will be at home again with Copper Basin. Pickens County, we've talked about preparation to relocate the depot. If you're going by there and wondering what they're doing with it, they're getting ready to move it across the street in March. We'll keep you up on that. Also, the Dragons will be at home Friday night. That's tonight. Southeast Whitfield, game time 7. It is senior night. We do know that. So Dragons and Netties, go out and support them tonight at 7 against Southeast Whitfield. Game time 7. It will be senior night. Gilmer County will also be at home tonight, the Bobcats. Friday night at home against Ridgeland. For Gilmer and the Lady Cats, and we're getting down to the end of the season. I think there's one more region game next Tuesday. So next week we're going to start talking region playoff basketball here at Team FYN Sports. While I'm talking a little about sports, if there's anything out there in Fannin, Gilmer, and Pickens County, that rec ball, middle school, anything that has to do with sports, and we're not getting it on FetcherNews.com, email LT at FetcherNews.com. That's LT at FetcherNews.com. While you're on Fetcher News, go to Pickens, Gilmer, and Fannin, and look for our Player of the Week up there for boys and girls basketball, high school basketball. Look for our Player of the Week, and also go on there and look for our Dragon Corner, Bobcat Corner, and Rebel Corner to see everything happening at your schools. So that is tonight. The Bobcats will be hosting Ridgeland. Will be home tonight against Ridgeland, and tonight is senior night for Bobcat. Lady Cats and Bobcats tonight is senior night, so you want to come out and support that. The other thing is we do a show that posts every week. It'll be up for this weekend. It's called Cat Chat, Dragon Talk, and Rebel Wrap Up. On our show this week for Cat Chat, when you go there, you want to tune in. We did some highlight video for the seventh grade boys and girls, 8th grade boys and girls. We did a special for you at Clear Creek Middle School. You brought home 4 championships last Saturday. Again, congratulations. But this weekend we will have you a highlight video, about 4 minutes of highlights that we took while we were at the game that you're going to enjoy. So again, another special shout out to Clear Creek Middle School for those 4 championships. All right, now we're going to, again, this is Good Morning from the Office on BKP. Send me at chief@fetchernews.com if you want to be a part of the show. If you have news, we need citizen journalists. Now, I'm only one person in here. We don't have, if you've been watching for a couple weeks, we did get set up this week to take calls. We're not going to take one today, but just to let you know, you people that are starting to follow the show every day, and we appreciate that. We are set up to take calls now. Next week, we're going to work this weekend, and next week, we're going to start by taking what we would call interview calls. So we're hopefully set up one a day next week and get some interviews from different local officials and people that around your area. So we'll start that next week, but we are going to be able to take calls. And you know, eventually I'll have the nice bumper music that comes in and out that you like on those fancy talk shows. And then sometimes you look and you say, well, why do I hesitate, or why does it take me so long? Because this is my stack of stuff, and you know, those big fancy shows have all kinds of help in the research department. So you have been my research department. So citizen journalists out there, email me at chief@fetchernews.com. I need you. If you're in Fannin, Gilmer, or Pickens, and then you're going to your water authority meetings, and you're going to your tax assessor meetings, you're videoing, you're taking pictures, you see news, get it to us. It's Fetch Your News. We'll put your news up, and we will also need the research so we can get it out on our morning show. I can't wear my glasses today if you're watching, because it's hat day. It's casual Friday, and I want to wear a Georgia hat. And they did not win the College World Series, but this is a College World Series emblem. I went out there and watched them play when they were in the College World Series a couple years back, and watched Georgia play baseball. So will there be a gas tax? I know I've rushed through local, and to get to this, because it's already 7:17. We need to spend some time on the state, and it's Friday, and want to get out of here. Don't want to get out of here without some football talk. There'll be a gas tax. That's my opinion. Okay, there'll be a gas tax. That's my opinion. Yesterday morning, if you were listening, and if you weren't, and at this time, if you can't finish listening and you got to go do something, we upload this program the very minute we're done. So you can tell your friends, call people, say, hey, if you didn't hear the show or see the show this morning, go on there throughout the day and just click Good Morning from the Office, Fetch Your News, and click Play Live or Play Now, and you'll be able to see the show. If you are listening at this time, before we go further, you need to have every city council, I'm serious, every city council member, mayor, board of education, superintendent of schools, commissioners, chairman, it doesn't matter. If you're out there and you have something to do with SPLOST, your SPLOST money may be absorbed. I called it give a penny, take a penny. Now let's remember, 2 years ago as voters, you were given a choice. Now, it's your money down under the Gold Dome in Georgia. It's your money. It's your tax money that when you walk to the cash register, they take the SPLOST. It's your money you pay in property. It's your money. But under the Gold Dome, they like to make you think that they gave you a choice on what to do with your money. Okay? Now, stay with me here, because 2 years ago you had the option, and they told you transportation. See, one thing, and I'm being a little facetious here, and you know, the one thing as citizens out here and you know, outside the belt and downtown of any city in the United States, we just don't understand. We don't understand, and they try to tell us See, they tried. That your local elected officials are going to come, and they're going to say, we tried to tell you 2 years ago we had to have transportation money. See, we tried. And at the end of the day, if you'd have voted yes on T-Splosh, you wouldn't be here today, and we wouldn't have to take your money. Yes, that's what they're saying in a roundabout way. We tried to tell you you needed to vote yes on T-Splosh, and you voted no. Now you leave us no choice but to take your money because it has to be done. Now, yesterday we broke the talking points, and I won't say that we. I got talking points that were, what I understand, were supposed to be private. That's my understanding. They were supposed to be private. My understanding is they went out, and these were the question and answer for the Transportation Fund Act of 2015. And my understanding is these went out to all the House of Representatives in the state of Georgia down there to start answering the questions when your phone was ringing off the hook in South Georgia and West Georgia and North Georgia, and you had to tell your voters why we needed to do this. And we got a hold of it. We got a hold of this yesterday. We understand they got very upset that this got leaked out to several media, but we got a hold of this and we broke this yesterday morning. I didn't know when I got it if I was allowed to break it, but we took it. And we broke their answers yesterday. Now, the plan is, this is from an article out of the AJC and some quotes. The plan to generate nearly $1 billion in new revenue for transportation projects, plus a major borrowing plan to include $100 million in bonds for transit. Okay, now you got to always watch these words. Plan to generate. Well, where do they generate this money from? Nearly $1 billion in revenue for transportation projects. Okay, they're going to generate it. Okay, that's all right. New revenue. Now, this is an article, but they plan to generate new revenue. So they're out there trying to sell this package that says, oh, no, it's not really a tax increase. No, it's new revenue. If you already have the money, then adjust the budget, state of Georgia. If you have the money and people are not going to pay more, adjust the budget and put it in transportation. So you're going to generate new revenue. Okay, the key, now listen to this. This is what Republican leaders were telling on Wednesday. The key to the new revenue is to convert. Oh, you need to listen close. The key to the new revenue is to convert the existing state and local sales tax on gasoline to 29.2 cents a gallon excise tax that would increase with inflation. Okay, Transportation Committee Chairman Jay Roberts, a Republican from Ocilla, said his proposal would not be a tax increase. Okay, now how do you say this? His proposal would not be a tax increase, but would generate the additional revenue. Additional revenue is new. Where is it coming from? By consolidating. I keep telling you to listen to this. By consolidating the merit existing local and state taxes under one overall level. The state would also see new revenue. We're going to find out where this new revenue is coming from truckers who do not remit taxes, and the state on sales taxes on fuel. Now, that sounds very good, right? New revenue, going to take it from the truckers, might as well take it from the working men and women that are out there driving a truck to live, but that's where they're getting the new revenue. Well, if it's neutral and it's not going to hurt local communities and it's generating new revenue, where's it coming from? Then why would the Georgia State Board, now the Georgia Schools Board Association, the Georgia School Boards Association warned local school boards late Wednesday that the plan would cost local school districts about $172 million a year, and all local governments about $516 million a year. The House plan, Listen, I keep telling you, the House plan would allow existing local special option sales tax, or SPLOST, to continue until they expire. After that, however, local governments would be allowed to levy an additional 3 cents per gallon excise tax, but all that revenue would go to transportation. Motor fuel would be exempt from any future SPLOST, which would limit the tax revenue base. Okay, now, those of you, now this is a quote, those of you in areas with little retail would be especially hard hit. The School Boards Association warned the members, you need to figure out how much of your SPLOST dollars. Now this comes from the School Board Association. You need to figure out how much of your SPLOST dollars are coming from motor fuel and let your legislators know what the impact would be and how it would affect your future. So I'm telling you, your state Commissioners Association, AGG, whatever association, your school board associations, they're out saying you need to look at this locally. Now, let me pull all that together because it is 7:26, and we're going to stay on this for next week. Let me pull all that together and what that means. When you go to the gas pump, all right, first of all, Gilmer County, I'm going to bring it into Gilmer County, and I'm going to get, I don't know what Pickett's has on the ballot, but I do know Gilmer County has a special election for renewing eSPLOST. Education, Special Purpose, Local Option Sales Tax, okay, eSPLOST. Fannin County has on the ballot, they're going to be having an election to renew their eSPLOST. Let's not get hung on this. They renew it every 6 or 4 years. You buy buses with it, you repair schools, you remodel schools. Now, counties also implement a LOST, local option sales tax, and then they implement a SPLOST. So, for example, the citizens of Gilmer County, I'm going to bring it home for you. The citizens of Gilmer County, you voted in a SPLOST in November, and you said that penny in that SPLOST would go directly to paying the debt down in Gilmer County. Okay. Now, when you go over, there's 7% sales tax. And when you go over and pump a gallon of gas today, 7 cents, 4 of it goes to the state, 3 of it is local. Okay? So, what they're saying is, they're going to take you 3 cents. Now you think, no, it's very clear. They're taking your 3 cents. If at the gas pump today, when you get a gallon of gas, if in your bill it came to, 11 cents was going to go to the schools, and 9 cents was going to go to the county to pay down debt, and 1 cent was going to go to the local option sales tax for LJ, East LJ, Blue Ridge, Jasper. If 20-some cents of what you purchase in gas got split up and went there, it's gone. It's gone. The county doesn't get it anymore. The city doesn't get it anymore. Now, they will let it run out. They will let it run out, okay? They will let the SPLOST run out. So meaning, if you have a SPLOST in place. Now, I will tell you something you need to look at locally in North Georgia is the new eSPLOST going to fall under this? If they rush this through and get this signed by the governor, will the new eSPLOST on your ballot in Fannin County fall under this? Will your new eSPLOST in Gilmer fall under this? Because what they'll let you do, according to this, is they'll let the local communities finish the SPLOST they have in now. So when it runs out, you can put a new one in place, but this time it'll be an increase. They'll allow another 3 cents. So what we're talking about is they say that they're going to raise gas taxes 7.7 cents. I'm going to do more Monday. I promise the show is going to go from 7 to 8, and then hopefully from 8 to 9 will be state and national. But if you believe there should be a gas tax, maybe you think this is all okay. If you do, tell us. I'm not here telling you, hey, if you think it's okay, tell us. But if you're a mayor, city council, if you're a commissioner, if you're on the school board, you need to look at what this is going to cost in your local tax dollar, and it's going to go to the state. They're taking it, people. They tried. They tried to tell you. They came up here to North Georgia and they said, you don't understand. We're going to give you a chance to give us that penny. And you said no. The people said no in the state of Georgia. I think a couple regions voted yes, but overwhelmingly said no. And now they're saying, well, you know, we tried to work with you on this. It's your money. They're your elected officials. And it's your decision, basically. So what we have done today is we've pulled, now if you're in North Georgia and you're in Jasper, your representative is Rick Jaspers, your state representative. His phone number is 404-656-0188. Again, that's Rick Jaspers. He's your District 11 in Pickens County. He is your representative down under the Gold Dome, and his number is 404-656-0188. If you are in Fannin and Gilmer and a tip of Dawson and listening this morning, your state representative is the Speaker of the House, and you might want to let him know. And his office number, David Ralston, is Speaker of the House. It's Fannin and Gilmer. He's your representative, and his number is 404-656-5020. Again, David Ralston, his number is 404-656-5020. And then for your state senator, you have State Senator Steve Gooch. It's State Senator Steve Gooch, and his number didn't show up here when I printed it out. So I apologize. You might want to call your State Senator Steve Gooch that is on the Transportation Committee. So taxes look to go up. Now, how does the governor feel? There's articles all over, but how does the governor feel? In an article posted here on the Atlanta Business Chronicle on January 28th, the Atlanta Business Chronicle, Governor Deal issued a statement. Okay, this is how he feels about it, calling the release of a bill a positive step forward in addressing the critical need of additional transportation funding. You see, they tried to let you do it yourself. So he says it's a positive step forward. Now, this is a quote from the governor of Georgia. We know what our challenges are, as well as documented, and we're now working towards the solutions. Okay, I am committed this year to passing legislation that will provide for Georgia the transportation infrastructure it needs to keep our people and goods moving effectively throughout the state for the next generation. I'd like to know if the governor would have said that last year while campaigning. I want to know if the governor would have went anywhere and stood up and said, I am committed this year to passing legislation that will provide for Georgia the transportation infrastructure it needs. No, didn't hear that last year. We hear it this year, we didn't hear it last year. So, hey, we'll talk more, but if you are okay with paying the price, it's going to be at the pump, and your taxes look like they may, look like they may be going up, then okay. Call them and tell them what you think, number one, and if you call them and tell them what you think, and if you don't agree, tell me why maybe they should go up. Maybe you agree with the transportation bill that's going to come out that they should go up. So let us know on that. We're at 6:34, okay, and I've got to move along. We're at 6:34. We've talked about Josh McCoon, Republican out of Columbus. He put in bill SB 6 that would deny illegals a driver's license. You want to look at SB 6 that's put in. We asked you if illegals should be allowed to get a driver's license. We asked you if illegals in the state of Georgia should be allowed to work. And the reason we brought that up on a national note is the new Attorney General. If you really liked Eric Holder, you'll like Miss Lynch, okay? You'll like Miss Lynch, the candidate for Attorney General. Loretta Lynch, U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York, nominated to be Mr. Holder's replacement. Miss Lynch does not see a problem with illegals working in this country. Okay, she thinks they should be, if they're here, they should be a part of the system. So she's up on Capitol Hill during the nomination process, and if you really like Eric Holder, now I want to give a shout out to the U.S. Senator David Perdue. And Johnny Isaacson. I'm not taking a shot at, okay? I'm not taking a shot at these guys. Senator Perdue is going up there, and he is co-sponsoring, and he's throwing all this legislation in that he talked about on the campaign. My hat's off to you, but the people that pay attention and know when you put in for legislation and you say you want to audit the Fed, when you pass something that says you want to audit the Fed, or you put it in, we know very well what the odds are of auditing the Fed. So a lot of this stuff these guys put in to make it look like, hey, I'm up here working hard for you, and not saying anything negative about our senator here in Georgia. Let's see judgment on how these senators vote for, if you liked Eric Holder, okay? Let's see how these senators vote for Loretta Lynch. Okay, let's see that. We want to finish up at HB 14, the Fiscal Accountability Act. You want to watch that one, all right? And we've got to get out again at 7:36 because yesterday I didn't get a chance to talk about Republicans. I love to talk about Republicans, your friends and mine. Mattress Overstock. If you didn't sleep well last night, next to Wal-Mart and LJ, go see Gary, Richard, or Rhonda, the mattress lady, for the best mattress at the best price. They truly want to help you sleep better. Again, the Woodbridge Inn, if you're down there at the Woodbridge Inn, it's Friday. They have a blue plate special in Jasper, fried fish. We don't want to forget, if you're up in Blue Ridge this weekend, and you're out shopping, go over to Blue Ridge Ace Hardware and check out their Amish furniture up there. Football. It's Super Bowl weekend. We've had more people interested. You're watching Good Morning from the Office. If you have anything, you send it to Chief at FetcherNews.com. Follow us on Twitter. Hashtag Good Morning FYN, and it's Super Bowl weekend, and American people, we get crazy over Super Bowl weekend. The food, the parties, the big screen TVs, we get all excited about it. Now, I am pulling for the Patriots. Okay, I'm pulling for the Patriots. I think and I'm pulling for Bill Belichick. And let me tell you why I'm doing that. Let me tell you why the deflated football is a big deal. Okay, let me tell you why it's a big deal. The media, okay, I'm taking a shot here. The media, sports writers, not all, but sports writers, just can't wait to find something to write about. And they don't know, they got to say anything to get somebody to read their stuff half the time. So what did they do? Was it week 2 or week 3? I don't know which one it was, week 2 or week 3. Brady had one of the worst games of his career. The Patriots got run over. I mean, they just got whipped up and down the field, drugged through the mud, and it was one of the worst games of Brady's career. What was it, week 3 of this season? Sports writers could not wait to get home and type out, and I mean all over the country, major media groups, have we seen the end? Have we seen the end? Did we witness yesterday the end? This was Monday morning, the end of the Belichick Tom Brady era. Is it over? Did we witness? The sports writers could not wait to get that out. It was everywhere. It was talk on every talking head, on every sports show. Is Brady through? Is Belichick through? Is this the end? Did we see that? Is that what we witnessed yesterday? Guess what? Belichick and Tom Brady and all of the New England Patriots will be in the Super Bowl, okay? Will be in the Super Bowl Sunday, and it will be Brady's. What will it be? He has 3 wins. It'll be his 5th appearance. Tom Brady has a 3-2 record, 60%. This will be Brady's 5th appearance in the Super Bowl. I mean, sixth. I'm sorry. He's 3-2. This will be Tom Brady's sixth appearance in a Super Bowl. Okay, we don't have any other quarterbacks out there that have this. John Elway appeared in 5. Okay, with a 40% record. Okay, now because the sports writers were wrong, then how else could you account for the Patriots being in the Super Bowl? They cheated. This is sports right. They had to have cheated. Why, we witnessed the demise of the New England Patriots in week 3. We're the gods of writing. We wrote that the Patriots were through. So if we wrote it, then there's no way they came back with talent. There's no way they came back with defense. There's no way they came back with the exception of cheating. Sports writers can't take that stuff. They cannot take that. LT, I'm sorry, okay? They can't take it. So the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. I don't care if the ball is supposed to have 12.1 pounds and it had 11.2. I could care less. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are in the Super Bowl because they deserve it. Now, I asked you, what will Tom Brady? I'm that confident he will win. And I like Russell Wilson. But I'm going to write in the camera, you can keep Pete Carroll. Seattle, I'm sorry. I have nothing against Seattle. You're fine people out there. You got your 12th man flag that you raise up. You know, it's exciting. You're a good football city. You do a good job. I watch it with Mike Holmgren out there, with Steelers really, let you have it. But, you guys are good people out there. You're good fans. You are good fans. But I'm sorry. I cannot. I'm Pete Carroll. Absolutely not, okay? Russell Wilson, I was happy for you last year. I cheered for you. Russell Wilson, class act. You got a lot of class act players. Sherman, good athletes. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Now, Bill Belichick is the greatest, to me, coach in the NFL, and I'm not a Patriots fan. Oh, did I just get everybody all worked up? I'll explain that after he wins the Super Bowl. I'm going to tell you why. But today, if Sunday Tom Brady goes and he wins the Super Bowl, okay, and the Patriots win the Super Bowl, Brady will be only with two other quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. Brady will hold 4 rings. 4 rings, okay? Joe Montana, 49ers, 4 rings. Terry Bradshaw, 4 rings. And Troy Aikman, 3 rings. But 4 rings in NFL history is only held by Joe Montana and Terry Bradshaw. But here is the one thing that will separate, and always to me, because dynasties is hard to build anymore with free agency. The odds of a quarterback getting these opportunities anymore are not out there. But the one thing that will be that will always, I don't think we'll ever see this again, not in my lifetime, Joe Montana and Terry Bradshaw will be the only ones in history to hold 100%. Terry Bradshaw with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Super Bowl 9, 10, 13, and 14. Terry Bradshaw, 100%. He went 4 times. He won 4 Super Bowls. He never came home a loser from the Super Bowl. My hat's off to Terry Bradshaw. Also, Joe Montana, okay? 4 rings, 100%. Joe Montana, San Francisco 49ers, never came home a loser from the Super Bowl. Now, hey, you know what? Brady may win, and he may share that 4 Super Bowl rings. He may have appeared after this Sunday in more Super Bowls than anybody in NFL history. but Brady will not be 100% like Terry Bradshaw and Joe Montana. So that's a little bit of, I'm pulling for him. I'm excited. I'm tired of hearing about, you know what, for football fans, if you're new to the NFL, you know, and what I'm saying, if you've only been watching this decade or whatever, you go back to the 70s where these guys didn't even have a broken arm and they showed up with a cast. I mean, the Raiders, 5 of them on the defensive front line had a cast, and all of them broke their right arm that weekend. You go back to where these guys had so much stuff on their hands, they stuck their hand up, and if the football touched one of the fingers, it was stuck to it. You know, I don't want to say cheating, but these guys have been trying to figure out with film, plays on the field, they've been trying to figure out how to win football games, not just by passing and running a football and blocking for 50 years. Okay, so don't think a football that has a little less air is the first time, oh my God, this is tainted. And it's not. It's tainted. The Patriots win if they do win. So I support the Patriots. I think they're going to win. The 72 Dolphins, I'm not going to tell you my age, but because my age won, they're the only undefeated team. I understand that the 72 Dolphins, several of them, as soon as they get to the point of the season where they know that they remain the undefeated team of all time, several of them get together, pop some champagne, and go out to eat and celebrate. But a football life is awesome. Watch the story on the 72 Dolphins this time of year. And you know what? Shula came from the Baltimore Colts, went down to Miami, made it happen. Long story short, Shula lost Super Bowl III to who? Broadway Joe and the Jets. So we can't take any more time. But the 72 Dolphins with the no-name defense, that is, most of them are not in the Hall of Fame, only undefeated team in the NFL. You're watching Good Morning from the Office. If you have anything, chief@fetchernews.com. Follow us on Twitter @FetcherNews. Hashtag GoodMorningFYN. I need a producer between 6 and 8 to kindly help me get this show together. If you're interested, hit me up at FetcherNews, chief@FetcherNews.com. Sports. Okay, go and check out sports. If you have something, send to LT@FetcherNews.com. Go up to LT and say hello. You see him out somewhere, go up and say hello, and let him know that you appreciate him every once in a while. And you do out there. I want to thank you for that. Now, I brought this the other day for all of you so-called Republicans out there. It's the Reagan Diary. Okay, if you are a Republican today, if you're a Republican, if you're a U.S. Senator, if you're a U.S. Congressman, if you're a Republican and you're down at the Gold Dome, when you go get this Reagan Diary, flip through about 4 pages a day. Won't hurt you. Flip through about 4 pages a day. Learn what a statesman is. This is a first-class statesman. God knows we wish Obama would have read this book, find out what a statesman is. But read about 4 pages out of the Reagan Diary every day, and make sure it's on your bookshelf. It's a good read. I've got some of you saying, no, wait a minute. Reagan did some negotiating with Tip O'Neill, and, not everything Reagan did. Oh, all right, I'm going to agree to that. But as a statesman, now I'm going to wrap up with a final word, and I want to leave this weekend with, again, saying, James, thank you out there. James Phillips, have a blessed day at Wal-Mart. I want to thank you for doing that. I want to thank your daughter for standing up for what you believe in. I want to thank the community, Blue Ridge, a lot of young people up there. You know who you are. There was one lady, the name escapes me, apologize, that just called TV station after TV station and pushed to get somebody up there to highlight it. But you know what? What happened yesterday is happening all over the world and all over your country today. Your religious freedom, your religious liberties. You have an administration up there that won't call the Taliban. Now, I love how the president has corrected pronunciation. Now, I'm the last person to say that I can pronunciate things. I have a problem pronouncing things. I call it Taliban. I call it Taliban. A lot of people call it Taliban. but the president said Tully. Okay, he enunciated. He said Tully. So he makes sure that he makes sure all of his State Department people, everybody says it like he does. But they can't call the Taliban a terrorist group. They can't call that. Now, this morning there's a story. Taliban claims killing of 3 Americans after White House terror group denies. The White House won't even call them a terrorist group. ISIS has levied threats on our country, our religious freedoms. We've called Saudi Arabia our greatest ally. So, hey, look, I'm going to tell you, as silly as you think I am, James Phillips, what happened yesterday, I want you to go and find every news report on James Phillips. We have a story. Go to FetcherNews.com, Fannin. We have a story about James's situation. It's up there. You can read our story, but I'm encouraging you to go see the interviews that James did. I really am, with the media and the TV cameras. Hear who this guy is, and I want you to stop and think this weekend, this is happening to us. Okay? Not the Wal-Mart manager. These managers live in so much fear. I'm telling you right now, you say it couldn't happen here. It did. It happened in Blue Ridge, Georgia. Okay? These managers of these stores are in so much fear. If they offend somebody, how much trouble it could be. It has to be stopped. So you put a stop to it yesterday. You had Wal-Mart tell James that he can wish you a blessed day. And so we're going to stop talking about that. We want to thank you for the 5 days of this show. Good morning from the office you've given us. We've got a lot more to talk about come Monday. We will be taking calls Monday, setting up interviews. We thank you for that. If you didn't get a chance to watch our shows this week, we're going to be putting those up all 5 in a row from Monday to Friday for weekend viewers that didn't get a chance. And if you didn't get a chance to watch or listen this morning, also remember that you can go to FetcherNews.com and you can click on Good Morning at the Office. We're going to upload it. It'll be ready around 8 o'clock. Have a nice weekend. And from me to you, BKP, FetcherNews.com, good morning from the office. Have a blessed day and a blessed weekend. And I didn't tell you about my dirty cheese, but I'll tell you how it turns out.